Hey guys, I'm Josh Arnett. I'm the lead pastor at Lifehouse Community Church. Just want to take this time and say thanks to the UBA and all the people that work for them and that have been a part of our faith journey leading up to this point in the story of Lifehouse beginning to launch out this upcoming fall. We are looking forward to working and partnering with UBA to do kingdom work and to continue to move the gospel forward. I hope that this next couple of minutes gives you just a brief snapshot at what the Lord's been doing through the people and through this new work called Lifehouse Community Church. I became a believer when I was 18 years old, and I've been in ministry for almost 12 years now. And during that time, we've served many churches from in Mississippi and now in Texas. And Stephanie and I, my wife, we have been here in First Baptist Church in Deer Park for 5 years now. And during that time, we have sensed that God has begun stirring in our hearts a new work, a work that's kind of unique to doing what I would consider to be normal ministry. And after continually praying about it and fasting over it and seeking wise counsel, we've come to the point, and we believe that God is calling us, leading us to plant a new church. And so you may ask, well, Josh, why would we plant new churches? Why would we plant one if there's already many churches there? Well, we have a window of opportunity to re-engage with those who have graduated from their faith. We have two different opportunities. One is whenever they marry, and one is when they have kids. Now, we are looking to plant a church in the northeast corner of Houston called Lifehouse Community Church. In this area, there's over 126,000 people that currently live in a 6-mile radius there. Now, how many churches are there? There's roughly 10. So what does that mean? Well, that means that there's a lot of people there and no churches. Now, the problem is it's very expensive to buy land there. So we have an average age of 32.9, and we have 126,000 people that are roughly in that age group that either have been disconnected from church and is looking to be reconnected and has no church to attend to get plugged into. So what does that mean? That means we need to plant Lifehouse Community Church. Well, what was Lifehouse going to offer? What is Lifehouse going to do that's going to get connected with them? Well, here's what we believe is in Lifehouse Community Church. We believe that it's our vision to know Christ and to make Him known from the neighborhoods to the nations. It's just simple. It's just very simple to know Christ, make Him known from the neighborhoods to the nations. We're going to do this in 3 simple ways. Number one, we're going to do this with community. You know, it seems like all throughout the Bible we see that God is this triune being, that He in Himself, in the existence of God Himself, has community with Himself. So He initiates the world with man and woman, and immediately He says, and it's not good for man to be alone. That's community. That's what we want to bring. Community. Deep, connecting, relational community to people that are in desperate need of it. With community, we believe the gospel can be presented in a relevant way that is relationally driven for those who have been de-churched or those who are not affiliated at all with the church can finally get connected with people of God that love them for who they are. The second way is through worship. We want to celebrate on Sunday morning gatherings as we're together and we become the church, then we proclaim to God all the great things He's done and all the great things He's going to do. That's what worship looks like. And the last thing is missions. We believe that from the beginning of the Bible to the end of the Bible, there is one scarlet thread that ties all this together, and that is God is desperately desiring for all nations and all people to hear of the story of Jesus. And where do we begin that? Well, it's our vision to know Christ and to make Him known from the neighborhoods to the nations. That's Lifehouse Community Church. Lifehouse Community Church is currently in the process of building a core, which means that we are in the process of moving over to the Humboldt area to an area called Summerwood, which is just outside of Houston, which is just south of Humboldt and on the Beltway from about 20 minutes from Deer Park. And in the process of this, we're selling our houses, we're moving over there. There's a group of about 30 people right now that are in the process of replanting in this area. Now, what does that mean? That means that all summer long, our goal is for us to be there in August. So our campaign is called 1 in 1,000. where we're asking 1,000 people to give $25 a month for the next 3 years. Now this money will go towards us being able to start the church, us being able to meet in our middle school. We are currently in the process of talking to Humble ISD about us being able to meet in December for us to be able to have a place for us to do worship. This costs money. This is part of where you guys come in and are part of this. We're asking 15 churches to give $150 a month. And with this, I believe that we can meet the budget that we need to be able to plant Lifehouse Community Church. So you may be asking, well, Joshua, what does this have to do with me? Well, we're asking you to be a part of that. We're asking you to consider to pray for us, to support us, and to encourage us. Many of you guys have been part of my faith journey and our story of what God has been doing. So we'd ask that you would continue to support us as you have.